So I have this simple 1-minute process that I do every day of my life, and it makes me feel good about myself. It helps me reinforce positive character traits and identity, and helps me make sure I'm staying on the right path in my life. I want to teach it to you because it's so powerful. I think you'll get so much benefit from it. So if you want to learn this process, make sure you watch this video. I'm a big believer that we want good tools and structures to be the version of ourselves in our lives. What do I mean? If I want to be the version of myself that I want to be, I've got to have good tools and structures, and I've got to put the effort in every day of my life to make sure I apply those tools and structures so I get to be that version I like being. And I've got many tools I have in my life, but I've got one tool in particular that I've added up kind of the last year to 18 months, which I've found to be really powerful. And as I said in the introduction, it makes me feel good about myself. It gives me a sense of my alignment. It kind of deepens my self-identity. So I thought I'd share it with you. So I'm going to take you through the steps that I go through. So the first thing is I make sure I commit to doing this every day. And for me, it's a part of my morning meeting. Secondly, I get myself in an emotional state. So I put myself in an emotional state before I actually do the process. Now for me, it's about looking at the view outside. I use music a lot here because the music gets me to emotion. So in my life, what I often have is I have a song that I love that kind of makes me feel emotional. So I put whatever that song was on in this moment. So I put the song on, I check out my view from my office, do a little bit of breathing. Literally, this whole step takes about 20 seconds. I just kind of take a breath, look at the view, put some songs on, I get myself in an emotional state. The second thing is I open a document where I've got about 20 sayings about myself that reinforce character traits or identities that are important to me. And within these 20 sayings, I kind of have different categories. I have personal, I have relationship, I have career, and so on. So I've got different categories within my life, and I have sayings about myself which are really important to me or reinforce character traits that are important to me. And so here's one that I have. One is that I am loved and I love giving love. Simple saying, isn't it? I am loved and I love giving love. Now this is a saying that's one of those 20 sayings within this book. Now one thing I do is each day I choose one of the different sayings that I have. So it's not like I go every saying, I just choose one of them. Then what I do is I just basically read that saying over and over again for a minute. It's as simple as that. I don't read it out loud, I'm just going to say it in my head over and over and over again just for 1 minute. I actually set an alarm on my phone just to do it for 1 minute. Now this is a really interesting experience when you do this, because what you find is as you say it over and over in your head, your mind is looking for evidence of this saying in your life. So your mind is kind of looking back to times when, let's use the saying of I am loved and I love giving love. So when I'm saying this to myself, I look for those moments when people show love to me in the world, or where I've given love to the world. And it's basically looking for the evidence of reinforcing the statement I am saying about myself. Then what I do is once the minute's finished, I just kind of go on and live my day. Now this is such a simple tool, but it's so powerful. Because what do you think's happening as I read that saying? It's me looking for proof of I am loved and I love giving love. And so as I leave that minute, I'm kind of reinforcing, you know what? Geez, you've got a lot of love in your life and you're quite good at giving love. And this is such a cool thing, because if I see that and I attach the evidence to this statement, as I walk on from this moment, I walk on with this feeling and identity about this in my life. And as I said before, I kind of introduced this to my life about a year to 18 months ago. And I have lots of different areas I do this around, and it's so powerful. So how can you apply this into your life? Well, I think the first thing to say is, again, you've got to make sure it's a routine that you fit into your day, every day of your life. Again, it's easy. It's literally a minute, maybe 2 minutes to do. Secondly, think about how you put yourself in an emotional state. I use music, I use a little bit of breathing, and I use kind of looking at nature. That's how I do it. You don't have to do it how I do it, but how would you get yourself in an emotional calm state before you do it? Thirdly, you'd want to do some work around writing identity statements. So some of mine are the love when I share with you. One is I love to grow. One is when people spend time with me, they feel life is better. So these types of sayings, and you can kind of attach them to either character traits you like or just things you want to think about yourself. Then basically all you do is once you put the music on or once you get yourself in that state, just for 1 minute, you just read it over and over again. Now you can consciously try to find the evidence, but what I find is as I just say the saying over and over again, my mind finds the evidence. What I want you to do is I want you to try this in your life. Commit to doing it for 7 days. Maybe just choose 1 or 2 sayings that you want to feel alignment to and self-identity to in your life. Practice this for 7 days. See if it adds value to your life. Because if you go back to what I said at the start, I believe that I need great structures and tools and to put the effort in daily to be the version of myself I want to be. Maybe if you add this tool to your life, you'll feel that alignment that I feel and that good feeling I get from this process. So challenge yourself, simple process. Do it for a week. Let me know how you get along. If you enjoy my pieces and you want to bring exercise into your life, you need to check out my book, I Will Make You Passionate About Exercise. This book is designed to be a step-by-step journey that teaches you the right lessons and experiences to guide bringing exercise into your life, not just for a moment, but where you get to the place where you have a long-term love of exercise. So you get fitter, you get healthier, you have great stress releases, and you feel amazing about yourself. This book has been hugely successful, getting into the top 10 in the world for health and fitness books. So if it's time for you to bring health and fitness into your life, go to Passion About Exercise, click on the link, go through the process, and you can be starting your journey of finding your love for exercise really soon.